Today I'm going to talk and show you the Turkish apps which will help you with the public transport, traffic and all of that kind of stuff while you're on the road. So let's check it out. Right, so I was just thinking, what could be the first thing to help you out when you arrive in this city? For sure, the first thing you want to do is check your phone and see what kind of navigation apps you have, traffic apps you have, and all that kind of stuff. So this is what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you all the kind of apps that we have here in Turkey and that you can use as a foreigner without any problem. For sure, I'm also going to show you some apps about other stuff like food, travel, and events and all kind of application you can use here in Turkey. But this is a topic for another video. Also, before you start doing anything with these apps, be sure that you get a deal from a mobile provider here, because roaming can be real expensive when you do that internet roaming here. So check this out. But as I said, also before that, this will be a topic for another video. We will be going through these providers we have here in Turkey and which one could be right for you and which tariff could be right for you. Another way, so let's check out now the apps.
So, the first one is Google Maps, classical. Works fine, one of my most used apps. Set the location, define a route and go. Also see the traffic and adjust your route accordingly. If you are without a car, the option to walk or use the public transport is also available. So, this is one of my most used applications actually. Another very safe one is, yes, for sure, Apple Maps. And yes, set another classical app which works in Istanbul and Turkey, but I don't use it so much. The reason why is often I find the navigation not so accurate. And there's another option which is called Yandex, and this one is not so much known in Europe. As it is from a Russian developer, but it is very widely used here in Turkey. And the traffic display is the most accurate as I find. So just look what you'll put in what you're looking for and you will find it. So you will see it, it's quite accurate actually. You can find all the petrol station and every kind of stuff with a click. Quite convenient. And then it shows you the route to it with lots of informations for sure. As you can understand, I'm quite using it quite oftenly, as it shows me quite much of the traffic and how to use that and how to overcome the traffic, which we are using quite much here in Turkey. So if you have a rental car or a car here in Turkey or in Istanbul, I would suggest you to use Yandex here. Now, another one, when we're talking about public transportation, is Mobit. This is the official site from the Istanbul bus corporation. So you can choose between the languages when you open up the app. So English is there for sure. So get in and arrange your language and you're good to go. It will show you basically all the bus stops and how to use the bus. As I said, it is for the from the bus corporation. You will see all the stops. You will see all the lines, all the routes. So it's quite convenient. I'm using it mostly when I want to use the bus. And I want to see which bus goes where, because believe me, there are many bus routes here, so you never know which one you're gonna use. So I think there are about definitely over 50 routes, at least bus routes. So you have to use something that will help you out. So again, some kind of navigation, put in your address and from where you want to go and where you want to go, and it will basically tell you which routes you can take there and all the stops and all of that stuff, and for sure also when the bus will arrive. So this is also quite convenient, so you know when you have to be on the bus stop there, and accordingly it will also tell you when you will arrive. And as any other app, it also shows you how long you have to walk to the next bus station. Well, quite typical, isn't it? So not very complicated to use all of these applications until now. This one is again for public transportation, and it's called Moveit. I think it's also a European one, but the good side of this one, it shows you quite a lot of options what to use here. So you can also use the minibus, which I haven't seen in any other application. So if you put in where you want to go, it also shows you lots of options how to go. So including also ferries, trains, metro, and minibuses, and the dolmushes I think also. So that's quite interesting. I would say give it a try. I use it also sometimes. Now I've got two taxi applications. Both are quite similar actually, I must say. The first one is BTaxi. You can choose basically which taxi you want. You have two main taxis here, well actually three. One is the yellow, one is the turquoise, and the other one is the black taxi. Difference between is the turquoise and the black ones are more luxurious and are more expensive. Not so much expensive, but more expensive. And what you can do as soon as you have registered into these applications, you can choose your route and put in where you want to go. And after the registrations, you can then just directly request the taxi. You can also see where the taxi is. For sure, you can also choose which taxi you want to have, and you can see the different prices, which is a good one. But remember, there may be differences about plus minus 10%. And for sure also, which to take into consideration is that the fees for the bridges and the main tolls are not included. So take that into consideration. Accordingly, you can also pay with credit card, or at least you can call taxis or cabs with the credit card. So this is also quite convenient. You don't have to pay with cash always. Then again, we have an application which you can use to go to the airports. This is a bus application only for the airport buses. So you can see here basically from where the bus takes off, when it takes off also from the airport, how long it takes, how long the road is, how much it will cost you, and also the timetable for sure. So this is convenient when you want to go back to the hotel, and this will help you basically catch your bus to the airport, which is nice. So check this out if you want to go back to the airport. And the last one I'm going to show is actually Marte. This is an electric scooter rent application. This is relatively new here in Turkey. Well, I think it's 2 years old now. So first of all, you have to register for sure. And then to use it, you can also input actually if you want to use it in Turkish or English. So quite easy to do that. And the first opening is actually a small fee, and then you pay for minutes. Firstly, it was only on the Anatolian side to be used, and now you can also use it actually on the European side. So it's spreading quite quickly now. And it's definitely becoming quite popular, not only for the young people, but also for the elder people, so they're using this. So it's a quite interesting option if you want to travel from one place to another and see also something, especially in the summer for sure. But people are using this also here in Istanbul when you want to go uphills and don't want to walk. So here on the Anatolian side, when you go from the seaside up to the road, to the minibus road, they use it because it's uphill. So you can see also where you can find these martyrs. And for sure you have to put in some credits to use it. This is for sure, so you have to input your credit card. Convenient is also that you see actually the battery status of these. So, and you can also see where it is, if it's near or wide, far away from you. But be aware actually that sometimes it can be more expensive than the bus, so the bus can be much more cheaper. And sometimes also more expensive than a taxi, depends actually from where to go. And lastly to say, actually, please mind the safety rules, as we know that there have been some accidents also in Europe. So if possible, have a helmet and don't drive drunk, definitely not, and don't be too fast.
So these were the apps we are using, and I am also using here in Turkey. Hope you enjoyed it. Press the like button if you liked it, and if you liked it very much and want to see more of it, please don't forget to subscribe. And thank you very much, and see you in the next one.